Anyway, so continuing with entertainment. Now, obviously, going to movies is not an option now, so that's why streaming services is another best, great alternative for people to catch up with the TV series or as well as films that they want to watch. Now, how about for sporting events? Now, obviously, if you're watching American football, baseball, which are already finished, the NBA season is still ongoing. The difficulty or they've been restricted, for fans to not be able to watch the games live. But some events have been able to incorporate limited seatings because of the social distancing. But the question here is, how do you ensure the safety of all the sports fans who's watching the live sporting events? And according to the article here, according to ESPN, in Miami, in particular, the Miami Heat team is using a very, I won't say unorthodox, but it's a tried and tested method, but they just use it for a different purpose here. So they're using dogs to be able to detect if a person, or in this case, the fans going to watch a game, have coronavirus or not. Now, whether that's a hoax or is it a valid testing method, but the point here is, if it can be validated, if it works effectively, I think this is a means to encourage more people to be able to watch sporting games live again. Obviously, for NBA in this case, they're hemorrhaging in terms of revenue because they've only allowed limited seats. It's still not yet at max capacity, wherein obviously they generate revenue from movie ticket uh, ticket holders to watch the game, as well as the special VIP box areas, which cost a lot, as well as the TV revenues that they generate from viewers from watching at their respective homes. And as mentioned here, so they're using the coronavirus sniffing dogs at the American Airlines Arena to screen fans who want to attend their games. So they're using highly trained dogs, which have been in place for some games during the season in which team has allowed a handful of guests. So they started with friends and families of players as well as staff. So they use this as a trial run to see if it would be effective, and would it be counterintuitive? Would it cause more cases, the rise of cases here? So they're only allowing a limited number of ticket holders to be able to watch the games live here, as mentioned. So let's see here. Where was it? There you go. So as I mentioned, so according to Matthew Jafarian, I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. So he's the Heat's executive vice president for business strategy, stating that using detection dogs are nothing new here. You've seen it in airports. They've been used in mission critical situation by the police and military. So we've used them at the arena for years to detect explosives. Now, that's true, right? We've seen them, roaming around in different facilities for, obviously for threats of that can be critical to human life, right? But in this case, it's totally different application here, is detecting if a dog can detect if a person is sick or not. In this case, if you have the virus or not. Now the question is, what might think now, is it an effective alternative from testing, getting the swab, blood test, and so forth? Now the goal here is for the Miami Heat is to keep attendance under 2,000 fans, but obviously that's just only 10% of their capacity here, and obviously the seating will be limited, and they'll still focus on social distancing here. And this was implemented, was not yet implement was first implemented in a sporting game, but it was put into place of all places in airports in Dubai, as well as in United Arab Emirates and in Helsinki. So the goal here is to be able to detect passengers moving to and from any points of location, so to give some assurances to other passengers that if the dog does not detect, you're good to go, something like that. So in this case, in the sporting events like watching a Miami Heat game, fans arriving at the game will be brought to a screening area, and where the dogs will walk past. If the dogs keeps going, the fans is cleared. If the dog sits, then that's a sign that it detects something, or in this case, the virus, and the fan will be denied entry here. And obviously, at the end of the day, now what about the other circumstances? If let's say you're not comfortable with the dog or if you're allergic to dogs here. So they give you an alternative here. You can skip the dog screening and just go to the rapid antigen test instead, which gives you, the result within 45 minutes. But obviously, the results of the rapid antigen is not as accurate, right? Typically, it takes days for the actual result to determine that. So I don't know, how do you bridge that concern? Anyway, as regards to the dog's ability, obviously dogs have a superior sense of smell. Medical researchers has also stated that they have long reaped the benefit of canine sniffing. In this case, training some dogs to detect when a person is dealing with things such as if you're stressed, too little blood sugar, which could be life-threatening, and even certain cancer. So obviously using this technology, or in this case, the help with our canine friend here could be, life-saving. And according to a German study mentioned, the dogs were able to detect 94% of the time when it came to the coronavirus detection. Now, can this be relied upon? Obviously more testing is needed, but it's better than nothing, right? Obviously, in this case, the NBA is trying to find ways to ensure the safety of their ticket holders, and hopefully this can be implemented also in other, sporting events as well as in businesses. Obviously, getting tested is costly, but getting a dog, to sniff the virus is a more cost-effective way. So we'll see if it's going to, become popular in the future here. Anyway,